Hi friends, it's Becky, and today I'm going to do a new to me hobby, and I hope that you are going to enjoy hanging out with me while I try this out for the very first time. I signed up to do a class with Heather at HumbleBeads this week. It's actually this weekend. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. A lot of it's going to be on Zoom. We have homework, and there's all sorts of things, and it involves making polymer clay beads. And so I was like, well, okay, I signed up for this thing. She gave us a list of supplies that we needed to get, and one of those was like a pasta machine and some work surfaces and some little cutouts and things like that. So, you know, I've got some stuff to be able to do this with. And part of the homework is to condition some of the clay before class starts. So I'm going to be conditioning this. This is the translucent Sculpey. I know, I can see it too. It's not translucent. It will become translucent, I guess, when it bakes. I don't know. I don't understand the science of it because I haven't looked into it. But I'm going to be wanting to condition this. So I thought while I was doing that, I would go ahead and grab some of this other clay that I had sitting around in my house, because I mentioned this in my my catch-up chat this week that I had like two different like kits. One was this Kiwi company like maker crate, and another one was from Annie's Beads. There's the Totally Beads kit, and it included in those some of this clay, and I just never got around to actually doing things with them. I think these were the colors that came in the Annie's kit. It was just some of these, and I think this one too. I don't know. No, that was from the other one. These key ochre ones were from when I got the list, and I was like, oh, maybe I should get another kit. So I got a key ochre kit too. And so I got those things of clay, and then I've got these, and then this one was from the Kiwi company kit. And so I don't know, I had like a little idea of some things that maybe I would want to make with this. So I think I'll try out conditioning with these, and then if I'm good at it, then I can like condition the translucent stuff for class. And I can do that, you know, when I'm not making things, because it'll be for class. But anyways, I've got these all together with the colors that were on the list for us to buy for the class. So those are ready to go. So I'll have those, but I guess today I'm gonna just try out some of this existing clay that I already have, and try that out with y'all, because I mentioned this before that I'm gonna feel a little more comfortable taking a class if I have a little bit of experience working with this medium before I go into it. Because even though it is something that is supposed to be for all experience levels, I personally am like, totally new. I need to like read up on it and be good at it before I get started, because this is who I am as a person. Just needing to have that under my beltedness sort of thing. But yeah, so I was like, maybe I'll use a couple of these and we'll make a thing. And that's just cornstarch on, this is a little silicone mat that I put down on my desk. I have my little pasta machine here for conditioning, because I was looking at how do you condition your stuff, and the instructions or all of the things are like, well, you want to squish them around in your fingers and do all this stuff, or you can put it through a pasta machine. I'm like, well, I had to buy the pasta machine for the class. It was one of the materials that you needed to get. So I was like, all right, I'll just use that. So I'm going to do that with these, and we're going to make those. And then, as I said, I got a couple of kits that had some things in them. Like this was the one from the Kiwi crate. They had this like make these little mini succulents. And they gave you this to roll it out on. And, you know, some tools, I guess. And then there was this one. This was from the Annie's Simply Beads one, a clay earrings kit where you just roll them out and then you use a little blade to cut them up and turn them into those things. But I was like, I put off 100% ever actually making anything with them because I was like, it's a whole rabbit hole. And now I'm like wholeheartedly diving down that rabbit hole. But anyway, so I got some other things. This was the one that came with the Kiwi crate. This is the thing. But these Kyoker ones are ones that I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this right. These are like some texture pads that I was like, ooh, of course. Let's try some of those. Let's have fun with that. Because I don't know if you guys are experienced with this particular brand of like hyper focus where you decide you're going to start a new hobby, so you buy like everything that you need, all the tools plus some that you could possibly need for that hobby before you even start. So this is where I am. I've got all those. I've got like this little it's a little mold. Demolding before baking. Do not use too soft clay. Cannot be demolded. Sprinkle some cornstarch. Okay, so I do have some cornstarch. Put in the refrigerator for half an hour. Okay, demolding after baking. Okay, the molded silicone can enter the oven. Perfect. Okay, so I have a little mold that will make like flowers and stuff, which is kind of cool. I don't think I'm going to use that today. But then there's like these texture sheets that you can like roll onto the clay and it'll give you like texture, like flowers, a big sunflower. This would be so cool to have like a sunflower pendant. And then I could get some paint and paint the petals, and that would be really cool, I think. I'm just having ideas of things to make. And there's this one. It's got these swirly textures and like mandalas and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm just unboxing all this stuff because I hadn't gotten it out yet, but since I'm doing the thing, I may as well get them all out of their packaging. And then there's these rollers that you can use to give yourself a little roller texture on that. And then these ones, I don't know if it's like, if you're supposed to cut these apart or not, but you've got like some leaf textures. You've got some little floral leaf textures. Pull this out of there. So I think there's 2 of them. Okay, yeah, so there's this one. It has like stone texture. That's kind of interesting. And then these ones have like pattern texture, I guess like a virus texture, wood, flowers and lace. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot that you could do with stuff like this. Probably like overkill for what I'm doing for this class, but you know, maybe it'll be fun. Anyway, I got this too for rolling stuff out onto because it's got a smooth-ish surface and it's got all of these. Where's my, there it is. All right, so I've got some other cutouts. This was in the Kyoker kit. This I bought separately. This also came in the Kyoker kit. It's got like, it's just a piece of ceramic tile. And I think a lot of people use ceramic tile or like glass or something. And then there's this, it's a silkscreen stencil. you put it over the clay and then you paint over it. That's what gave me the idea of maybe painting some petals, is that like if you can use acrylic paint on your things before you do it, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of these came either in the Kyoker kit or they were part of the other things. And then you've got like these little things that I guess you can do a cutout to make a hole for stuff. Little blades, some silicone tools, more cutters and molds. Then we've got our rollers. This is just a thick, completely solid acrylic tube. And then this one came in the, that one came in the Kyoker kit. This came in the Maker Crate. It's hollow, which is why this tool was inside of it, to help save space in here. And then this one was the one that came in, it's got a thinner wall of the, what is it called? The Annie's kit. Anyway, so we've got a little cutter. We've got some of these other ones that cut. Look at these teeny tiny pliers. They have like the smallest point. I think I might actually put these on my desk and use them with my jewelry, because like sometimes you need to get into some like really fine detail places with your pliers and you can't, because the end of your chain nose pliers is like just way too thick. I don't know if you guys can see the difference. Like the point is so much smaller and daintier. But yeah, I forgot about these. I'm gonna stick that over there on my tools thing. Oh, and then there's this roller that leaves like these little flower imprints. I think I'm gonna use that today actually. And then this for rolling things out. Another little knife. All right. Yeah, so let's try conditioning some polymer clay. Let's see how this goes. Let's move some of these things. Oh, do you guys want to see what was in the kit that Heather sent? Because like, it's pretty cool. I'm really excited about it. She sent, you sign up for the class is going to be on Zoom, but like there are some materials that you bring, like the clay and the other things to, you know, actually use to make the stuff. But then there are other pieces that you get to learn how to do. I blocked off the password because I have it in email. But yeah, it's all this. You've got the passwords, visit the classroom, and I went to the classroom, gather all your clay and tools, watch the homework video, and have fun creating. So this is me. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be ready on Friday to go. But yeah, so some of the things that we're going to be learning isn't just like how to make the clay things. We're also going to be learning how to do things with some metal. So like we've got embossing powder for something. I don't know what it's for. We've got some materials to make some earrings. We've got ear wires, some beads, some 20 gauge wire. That feels like 20 gauge to me. And then we've got some other findings for another earring set. So we're probably going to be making the beads that go with these, but then there's, you know, additional beads that she sent so we can make the whole thing. And then there's a whole necklace that we're going to do this with. And we've got some dangles and more wire, and there's some chain in here. And then a bracelet. Ooh, there's some, is that 16 gauge wire? Yeah, that's nice and thick. And so we've got those, and then we've got a bird pendant. Okay, and these are, and then there's another necklace. So like there's a bunch of projects that I'm going to be able to make after following her instructions and doing what we're doing in the class. And then this, I think, let's see what this is. So I think this was, that's copper. Okay, so that's a copper sheet. And then we've got some rods, copper sheet, sandpaper. Oh, this is some textured copper sheet. Okay, so one of the things that we were supposed to buy before we did this was some metalworking tools, which like I didn't have, so I had to get them, like these tin snips. I got some of these, and then this one, it punches a hole. It's a metal hole punch. So I'm imagining that we're going to be doing some things with that during class. And like, I didn't have those tools. And then there's also these twist drill. I think that we might be using that to make holes in the beads. I don't know, because I haven't been to the class yet. but those are like some of the tools that she was like, oh, you're going to want to bring these to class. So, and she kept the class price pretty affordable by asking us to bring our own clay and tools and providing a lot of the other bits and pieces that we need for it for each of the projects. So that was pretty cool. And then I also, like, with my order, she also sent some of the beads that I had purchased from her site, because she makes these. They're these little birds with like the texture on them, and I love those. And then this was my early bird bonus for signing up early. I got a few of these beads as well. And then she also sent a little thank you bead mix, which is pretty rad. So thank you, Heather, for that. That was really, really nice. I love the entire experience so far of this class, and I haven't even been to the class yet. But yeah, that was my real quick unboxing for the class that I'm taking this weekend from HumbleBeads. Get this put together, and then we'll take a look at the clay. All right, so I've bought so many things to use with this clay, but for today I'm just going to take both of these colors of polymer clay, and I'm going to condition them in here, and then I'm going to try and make something with them that I have in my head. I think I want to make some cactus earrings, because I have a cactus cutout here like that, and that's why I'm using two different colors of green, because I think what I want to do is just somehow stripe them and then do the cutout like that. That's my idea. All right, so this is pretty crumbly. This is, according to what I've seen, pretty normal, but the instructions she said was to use your fingers to condition it, like to take a little slice and squeeze it like this. And I can tell you already, this is going to be real hard on my hands. And so instead of squeezing little bits like this over and over again, I'm going to use the pasta machine, which I have not ever used before. And I think you're supposed to start with like the widest. That's tight. There we go. That's pretty loose. That's one. All right. Come on, buddy. Well, there went some of it. I don't know if you flatten it beforehand. I don't know how to do this. Okay. Well, come on, buddy. So apparently you're supposed to flatten it and then fold it and then flatten it and then fold it. I'm just trying to get the initial flattened. It is going through in chunks, as you can see here. All flattened. This is not conditioned. You'll know it's conditioned, according to everything that I've seen, if it is not crumbly anymore. So let's go in like this. Okay, so that's good. Stick these guys back together. Have that go through. Ah, where are you going? All right. Now fold that. And they said that you want to, when you fold it, you want to make sure that you put it in like either so the fold is going this way or from the fold outwards so you don't get air bubbles. All right. So, my handle just came off. So it gives the air bubbles somewhere to escape to. Like you can see, like there's bumps in it. But that's okay. Because I think it's getting less crumbly the more it goes through there. It's still got really crumbly edges. Look at those edges. All right. Someone was saying you have to do it like a minimum of 20 times. Oh, that feels smoother already. The edges are getting less crumbly. Let's try that again. I'm having a lot of fun with this. All right, let's do it again. I've got this on the thickest setting. It can go thinner, but I don't think you need to do it on a thinner setting when you're just conditioning it. So you've still got some crumble on the edges. But it's becoming less and less so. Oh my goodness. Like this clay is really old too. Like it's been in there for a while. Just sitting in a drawer, not being used. So the fact that I can like get this so it's kind of smooth, it's kind of cool. All All right, I think probably 2 more times is gonna be good. It's still a little crumbly on the edges. Do I keep going? I'm just gonna keep going. Because they said you want it to be smooth. Like it feels real smooth. Anyway, I'm probably gonna be doing this tonight or tomorrow, but with the translucent stuff. Okay. So I'll tell you what, now that I think I've just about got this one conditioned, I'm gonna go ahead and do the second one off camera, and I will meet you back here after I've done that. Okay, so I've got both of my greens conditioned. I turned it up to number 2 for thickness on the pasta machine. I don't know what that does, but that way I ran them both through a couple of times so that we could get like an even thickness on here. And I'm just gonna, let's try it like this. I'm just gonna lay them on top of each other because I want stripes in my clay. And I think I can get that this way. Oop, that came out of there. Be careful when you're cutting, guys. Aha, like that. Okay. Now, maybe these stripes are going to be too thick. I don't know. I don't need that many of them though, because I am just going to be making some earrings. Okay, so now that these are next to each other, let me get my rolling pin and start rolling this out. I suppose I could put it through the pasta machine again, but I don't know that I really need to. Okay, hold on, because where are those guides? Here we go. If I put these guides on either side, then that means that I won't be rolling it any thinner than that. Whoop, where are you going, buddy? Don't stick to my thing. What do you think? You know, it might be fun to do like a wood texture, sort of, if you had like a golden yellow and like some brown or something. Ha, I like that. Okay, There we go. This is what I want. The cactus. Oh, before I do that, I wanted to use this to get some flower texture. Like that. Yes. All right, now one. And two. And yeah, let's do a couple of them actually, since I've got this out here. Okay. All right. I've got my little cactus forms with some flower texture, and now I'm going to grab some acrylic paint. I will be right back with that. All right, so I've just got some yellow, cadmium yellow medium acrylic. And I'm not going to need very much of that at all. Whoop. Where did my brush go? It's fine. Actually, I think I want a different brush for this. Let's pull it out of here. I'm just going to paint these flowers. I might do two of them with yellow flowers and two of them with like pink flowers. Maybe this was a dumb idea. I don't know. We're gonna find out. should I do some without painting the flowers? Maybe. Let me go get some pink paint and see what I feel about. That's going to be a lovely pink. So I took my primary red and I mixed it with the white, and then that pink I just mixed with a teeny tiny bit of yellow to kind of peach it up a little bit to make it less pinky pink. All right, and now just going to grab a little bit of this red right here in the center. Mix it with some of this yellow to warm it up. And plop it right there in the center of my flowers. Did I ruin it? Maybe. Am I okay with that? Yeah. I'm just playing around. This is... And let's do the same thing with this one. Oh, I left out some petals on that. Let's get back to that after I get the center out. Where's my pinky pink? It's over here. It's a little too watery. It's okay. I'm just doing a second coat on the petals because I feel like they need it. Could be wrong. They might be just fine without it. Definitely the yellow needs it though. Yeah, the yellow definitely needs it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go get these onto a baking sheet, get them in the oven, and get them cooked. And then when they come back, they should be ready to be made into some earrings, I think. Maybe. We'll see. All right. Y'all, okay, the cactuses are cooling. So while they're doing that, I had this idea of how to use up some of this clay that I've already put together with like 2 different colors of the clay. Oh, I'm wearing these because this is going to get messy and I don't feel like peeling clay and paint out from underneath my fingernails later. Not because this is like dangerous or anything, it's just it's going to get messy. So that's why I'm wearing gloves. But this is some translucent Sculpey, because I bought a whole bunch of it, so I've got more than I need for my my other thing, because one of the things that made me so interested in maybe doing polymer clay stuff was like the marbling effect that you get when you take some different colors of Sculpey and you kind of chop them up into bits and kind of mix them together with some paint and some oven baked clay adhesive, and you get like little, like, it looks like gemstone sort of marbly effects with some of these guys. And so since I've already got like 2 different colors of green here, I conditioned and then got out this translucent stuff. Let's chop it up into like little bits. Some of them, like, they're just gonna be really random bits and shapes, I think. All right, so like bits and bits and bits. And I'm doing it on parchment paper because after it's done, I can just pick that up and put it on a baking sheet. I don't have to worry about, I don't know if it's going to stick to the parchment paper or not. Maybe. I don't know. I'm experimenting. I'm finding things out. Okay. So that's all those different sizes. Let's chop this guy up. Get these 2 mixed together-ish. It's gonna look interesting anyway. I don't know if it'll look good or not. We'll find out. All right. I think think I'm going to need some paint. I still have that white acrylic paint right here next to me. So I'll just put a little glob of that on here. I love playing with Sculpey things. I mean, already look at this marbling so far, and then we're going to marble it even more. Amazing. I may do that with the rest of this too, but not today. I'm going to put this away and mess with it later. All right, you guys. A little bit of this. Again, this is just the titanium white. There's not that much of it, but we'll mix this all up with that white paint. It's gonna get squished together in just a little bit, I think, after I get the adhesive stuff, but also after I get, see, this is why I'm not, come on, buddy. Gold leaf. We've got silver, rose gold, and gold. So let's grab some, is this gold? Let's find out. Yes. Some gold. Get that all mixed in. Hold on. Let's get one more of these. Yeah, because like, I just think it looks cool to have like the marbled effect with your polymer clay. All right. Now, I think most of the acrylic paint has dried. So now, let's get some of this in here. Is it open? Yes. I have no idea how much is too much, how much is enough, or anything. So let's get this going. I figure, you know, while I'm waiting for the other stuff to cool down, I may as well do something else with this. All right, let's squish that together. I think the goal is to make it into like, I guess I could do a log shape, but I think it's better to like fit together if you do it into a like a rectangle shape maybe, so it has squarer sides like that. Oh, this works really well to square up those sides. All right. So now we've got it like this. I'm gonna go clean up my messy parts. take those gloves off. All right. Now we slice through it. See, it's going to make a marble. A marble slab. All right. Now let's roll you out. I'm gonna put this through the thinger. Let me get that out here. Let's go to 1. Is that 2? Yeah, that's 1. Okay. Let's put it through here. It's not locked down on my desktop. All right, do I do it more than once? I don't know if I should. I don't think I should bend it in half and do it again. Maybe I should do it like this. Just kind of overlap a little bit some of these guys. Like that. I am not an expert at this. I may be screwing this all up. You know, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna do some shapes. Where's my shapes? Ba-doom. Do I want these shapes? Maybe. Yeah, let's try it. No, wait, I want the other shapes. Are you my other shapes? No. Are you? I know I just had some shapes. What did I do with them? It's in one of these boxes. Somewhere. That's the one. That's got my shapes. Aha. Here we go. Shapes. Let's do some teardrop shapes. Like a big one there. And another big one right there. And then a couple of smaller ones. Go. little one right there. And another little one right there. Like, keeping in mind that like most of this white will develop into translucent, apparently, according to everything that I've seen. So I've got one of those. We've got another one there. Right. I'm just gonna make like whichever ones I can. Okay. Hold on. Okay, look at that though. How cool does that look? Gonna do another one like right. Oop. I'm pushing with the wrong side. That was not great. I don't know if you're even supposed to do this, but maybe some of these shapes. Guys, I'm just having fun making shapes, playing with clay. This is fun. One more over there. Like, I have no idea how many of these there are that I'm making. All right, now look at that. How do you know when it's thin enough? Is there like a way to judge these things? All right, where's my thingy? Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. This may be obvious to most of you. I'm just kind of slicing these guys. I should probably measure how thick I'm slicing them. But I don't know, maybe they'll be a little like artisanal or something. Okay, yeah, maybe I can make little disc beads by just squishing these guys flat. Guys, that's what I'm doing. I'm making little disc beads like this. And they are going to be swirly and green. Just in time for St. Patrick's Day. Like, I've seen these things that you can use where like you put a little ball of clay in it and then roll it back and forth and it makes like a perfect sphere or a perfect like football shape, like an ellipse. But I don't have one of those, so I'm just gonna squash these with my finger and hope for the best. And they're all sorts of weird sizes and I kind of love that a lot. And I'll worry about holes after they're done cooking. I got the thingy, the drill. I can make holes later. You lay down flat, mister. What are you doing? There we go. Like, look at that so far. It's gonna look really cool. At least to me. Alright, squish this guy. Alright, I'm gonna need to put all of these guys on a baking sheet and get them into the oven as well. So when all of my stuff is done cooking, we'll come back, we'll make some holes, and we'll see if they look like beads when I'm done. All right. Whew, y'all. Okay, so they've been baked. They are all hardened, and I have been sanding and polishing. This has a pretty fine grit on this side, and then this is, I don't know if you can see the fuzz, but it's kind of like smooths everything out after you've sanded. All I've sanded are these guys. I still have all of these left to do, and do you know what I'm gonna do? Is I'm gonna take these guys and put them aside and work on them another day, because I just, you know, I'm gonna be doing this all night, and I got to make dinner still. It's been a little while that I've been working on this, but I think the finish work on this is where like the time suck is. So I could definitely see like making clay things and then setting aside a day just to do finish work, or maybe investing in like a Dremel or something to take care of the sanding, because oh boy, my hands are tired. But you can see that there's like rough bits on the edges of the clay. I'm just gonna do this one with y'all. I already did the other ones, but you just gotta get those rough bits out of there. And like if there's fingerprints and stuff, you'll want to get rid of those. I did that with the those beads that I pressed flat. At least those ones. I also have these ones that I pressed flat too. There's some that are bigger than the others, which means that I can do some fun stuff with some of those beads. It's hard, guys. It's hard, y'all. You gotta get all those little rough bits off. Not like this is gonna be like against the skin, but I just don't want it to look, I mean, the painting's not the prettiest, but it looks rustic. This part, the little arms, the armpits of the saguaro, that's the hard part. got it bent so it'll fit in there, but oh boy. And this is the grit side, not the buffing side. But yay, polymer clay. I am going to have a lot of fun this weekend learning this stuff. But I also have some jewelry making things that I want to do with y'all this week. And I'm just realizing it's Wednesday night and I haven't uploaded anything. The front part of my week was spent mostly with that organizing and sorting video, which I know I'm doing this instead of editing it, but pieces of the video are downloading from the cloud to my editing software, so I would be just sitting there staring at the walls instead of doing this if I wasn't doing this. You know, you start a process and then you can go do other things. All right. Now we can start. See, this is the hard part, is getting in here with the buffer. This might be like the main reason to try and get a Dremel so that I can buff. Hold on, I have nail tools. Hold on, wait. Why wasn't I doing this the whole time? It still doesn't get in there all the way. That's good enough. All right. So now this next part is, and I didn't know if I should drill holes in my beads, in my stuff before I do the resin or not. So I'm just doing an experiment. I drilled holes in this one and then we'll do the resin. And then these ones don't have holes and I can drill the holes after that. I've got this little guy that I can like drill holes in. I did that already with these two, and this flat guy, I drilled a hole at the top and the bottom. And then these ones, because they're fatter, I drilled a hole through them like this so that they can sit there. So they're going to be really fun. Yes. So anyway, I have another craft kit that I haven't even opened or started doing anything with, and it's this UV resin starter kit. And I'm not really going to do UV resin stuff right now, except that I'm going to pull the resin out of here and let's resin, because I have seen that that's where the magic happens with especially this type of polymer clay thing, is when you put the resin on it, it makes it all shiny and beautiful. So I got some resin out, and I've got my little nail lamp here that we're going to use, and yeah, let's just get let's get it shiny, let's get it pretty. Let's make that happen. Is that going to be enough for all of those? Maybe not all of them. Maybe some of them. Okay. I'm just seeing where I can fit these guys in here. Okay, and then I can do a second one with these guys. Maybe that can go on the back. Because it's not like they're going to be like spreading or expanding out. Hey. So if these guys are there, these guys are there, this guy's there. Whoop, turn that over the other way. And then these guys can be right here. Oh, can I fit them all in here? This is another good reason. Yes, I absolutely can. They will all get UV'd. All right. Let's get this and a little silicone paintbrush so we can spread it in an even fashion. I think this guy will do. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Yeah, like, all right, this is going to go on like that. Does this have an expiration date? Because this has been in store in a cool, dry, dark, and well, it's been far away from everything. It's been up on a shelf in a closet. So, okay, and there is a little thing here. Absolutely ruined my nail polish with the what is it called? The sanding. That's okay though. You know what? Maybe I'm just gonna go like this. And we'll just have a little hole there for extra control. I'll just do it that way. All right, let's start with the larger one, because that way if I overdo it. All right, and we're just gonna do the outside of it. You don't need to be that close. I'm just worried that if it's touching it while it's under there, it's gonna stick together. Okay, so let's, whoop. Yeah, so I actually would like to do some UV resin stuff, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So maybe this is my sign that in addition to the polymer clay fun, I might try some resin stuff. Trying to make sure that we are all the way along here. There we go. All right, let's do the same thing over here. I just like making things. Making things is fun. I know I'm not the only one. I know this. This smells exactly like my gel top coat for my nail polish. Like exactly. Which makes sense actually now that I'm thinking about it, because that's basically what gel nail polish is UV resin. Oop. Ha! That was convenient. It dripped right onto my little cactus guy. And again, I'm doing this on a silicone mat so that my desk is protected. Don't spill. Don't spill. Okay, maybe just a little bit. Oh, this is fun. Boy, this takes a while. Do you guys just want to meet me back here after I have resined? Because I mean, it's basically going to be me spreading this resin onto my little guys and then turning on the lamp. Yeah, I'll come back and show you when I... Okay, guys, I have learned several things in the last, hour or so. Number one, I definitely need to wait to drill my holes until after I've resined, because the resin has totally filled the hole. I thought that might happen, which is why I was like, well, maybe I should wait. And then, yeah, I was 100% right about that. Now I know. Also, I really need to work on my resin skills, because like half of these were just an absolute mess. There's resin everywhere. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna do like some resin stuff. Maybe. I got a little resin piece here. This is my first attempt at doing any of this, so I'm not too mad at my my progress. I'm just gonna file off this little pokey bit here, because it didn't break off with the rest of the resin. But yeah, I made some messes with the resin, so I'm gonna definitely work on that. I'm just filing this down, because you can do that to resin. You can file it down. All right, got rid of that pokey bit, but now I've got like resin dust everywhere. All right, so now I need to put some holes in these things. I was gonna grab a block of wood, but instead I'm grabbing, remember these things that I hated and then I forgot to throw away? I'm gonna stick these underneath the things that I'm drilling, so that when I drill through, it hits this instead of my desk. And I'm gonna use this guy. I'm using the twist drills. I'm using the 1.8 millimeter size hole. I don't know if that's big enough, too big. I have no idea. But I'm basically just gonna press down, twist it like this. You guys can't even see what it's doing. And then once it goes through, it goes through. And now I have a little pendant or a drop, something that I can make earrings with. And you know what? I'm not going to make jewelry with this stuff tonight, because it's been a real long time. And I think I might be done with all of that. I'm actually going to just... Okay. No, that is the wrong place for that. All right, well. Here we go. So all I'm doing is just drilling a hole there in the top of this with this little drill bit, and my resin is coming off. And wow, I'm gonna just re-resin that and then do a hole in it again later, because that was not, but look at how cool that looks. It's gonna look better with resin on it because it'll look more like this. But I'm actually quite pleased with my marbles, the marbling stuff that I did. But yeah, so I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna put some holes in these guys, but take a look at my my little cacti. I think they're super cute. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching these with me, or watching me fool around with some polymer clay and resin and things like that. Had a lot of fun with these. We'll make some actual jewelry with them in another video, I think, after I have made more of these guys. But yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with my progress and how I did. Again, I definitely need to work on my resins, my resining skills, and learn a lot more, which I'm going to do. I'm going to learn a lot more about the polymer clay this weekend. And all of that fun stuff. That way I can start adding some of these things to the jewelry that I'm making. My handmade components. Okay. Now that I've got those holes drilled, see, because I could do an earring with a little connector like that. Maybe a large jump ring. I have some large jump rings. And because I drilled this before I put the resin in, I just need to drill down into this hole again to drill out the resin from it. There we go. Yep. Before and afters. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. If you guys have any tips for me for working with the polymer clay or resin or anything like that, I could definitely use some tips and advice. And it looks like the resin is coming off of here too. So you know what? Maybe these guys don't actually need any resin. Maybe it's just fine the way it is. Or maybe I'll like do better resining. I don't know. Maybe it was on too thick. Maybe it just needs a really, really light coat. We'll see. Anyway, I am going to go and get this business uploaded. Ugh, you can see my fingerprints on it. That's fine. I just want you guys to have another look at what I made. And I will talk to you later.